Maybe you grew up feeling like you weren't really seen. Maybe nobody asked you how you were feeling. Maybe your needs were minimized. Maybe you learned that you had to be good, helpful, funny, beautiful, talented. Or maybe you learned to take care of everyone else because nobody was really taking care of you. And somewhere along the way, your nervous system learned, if I want to matter, I have to do something to earn someone's attention. So now, as an adult, you might find yourself drawn to people who are emotionally unavailable, people who give you just enough attention to keep you hoping, but never quite enough to make you feel secure. And you find yourself thinking, if I just love them enough, if I'm patient enough, if I explain myself better, maybe they'll finally see me. I've realized that I've done this too. And I've also realized something incredibly uncomfortable. Sometimes we recognize each other's wounds. I've been in relationships with people who themselves experienced being ignored as children. And I think part of me was trying to create a different ending to an old story. If I can love you enough, maybe you'll finally give me the love I needed. But your nervous system doesn't necessarily know the difference between familiar and healthy. Sometimes familiar feels like chemistry. Sometimes uncertainty feels like passion. Sometimes chasing someone's attention feels like love, when underneath it, your nervous system is simply trying to finally get the response it didn't receive as a child. And if you have ADHD, this can become even more complicated. Trust me, I know. Your brain may already have a tendency toward intense focus and emotional regulation challenges. Then someone becomes emotionally important to you, and suddenly your brain says, pay attention, this matters. You notice every change in their tone, every delayed response, every little shift. You replay conversations. You wonder what you did wrong. And suddenly, the person who is ignoring you is taking up an enormous amount of space in your heart and mind. I've experienced that kind of intensity, and I'm learning that sometimes the question isn't, why aren't they choosing me? It's, why am I abandoning myself, waiting for them to? And that question changed something for me. Because healing isn't necessarily about becoming someone who never gets triggered. It's about becoming someone who doesn't disappear from herself when she's triggered. And this is something I'm practicing now. Even my mirror work. For a while I thought, this isn't working, because I wasn't having some huge emotional breakthrough every time I looked into the mirror. But then I realized maybe healing isn't measured by how dramatically I feel different. Maybe it's measured by whether I show up. So now I look at myself and say, I see you. I hear you. I'm listening. You don't have to perform for my attention. You don't have to be useful to be loved. You don't have to chase anyone to be chosen. I'm not getting anywhere. And if you're watching this and that little voice inside you is saying, but I've been doing the healing work and I still get triggered, I want you to hear this. That doesn't mean the work isn't working. Your nervous system learned these patterns over many years. You don't have to undo them in a day. You are teaching your body something new. I am safe with me. And there's one more realization I've had that has completely changed the way I see my music. I sing in assisted living and memory care facilities. And when I walk into those rooms, I see people who can sometimes become invisible to the rest of the world. People who may not always be recognized for who they once were. People who may not always receive the attention they deserve. And when I sing to them, I don't just want to entertain them. I want them to feel someone sees me, someone hears me. I still matter. And maybe that's why this work touches me so deeply, because the little girl inside me who knows what it feels like to be unseen recognizes the importance of making someone else feel seen. And maybe that's what happens when we heal. The wound doesn't have to disappear. It can become wisdom. The voice that once desperately wanted to be heard can become the voice that helps someone else feel heard. That person who once felt forgotten can become someone who remembers others. And the little girl who spent years wondering, does anyone see me, can finally look in the mirror and say, yes, I see you. And this time, I'm staying.